Welcome to Season 8, Round 4 of the Solo Champions League. Unfortunately, I kind of had to skip recording last week because I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. Nothing bad, but just didn't have time to sit down and record them. But it was pretty straightforward. Spider-Woman with leadership and aggression against mutagen formula and Kree militants. It's kind of fun. I went 3-0. But this week we're doing Nebula with Power Stone, and then Ship Command, of course, and then a mess of things, which is the Scorpion modular set from Mutagen Formula. And this week we have the option to play Black Widow, Miss Marvel, Scarlet Witch, or Iron Man, because they're all, and we have to play them with Justice, because those are the highest performing Justice heroes across all of the Solo Champions League. Me being me, I'm not going to play Scarlet Witch because A, I'm bad at her, and B, um, Iron Man's an option. And, I already messed up my perfect season in, was it round 2 against Taskmaster? I just got kind of squished by Captain Marvel that one game. So, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's see if we can get some uniqueness points here out of this. So we have 4 units to spend. And so this is a really common question people ask when they see it pop up. But what do you mean by units to spend? That's the market from Galaxy's Most Wanted, because Nebula is from the Galaxy's Most Wanted. Now, there's really only one option for me to go for here, and that would be hyper thrusters. Even though the heavy cannon is objectively better, hyper thrusters are a tech. And as anybody who's ever played Iron Man knows, you can't turn down tech. Because that's just going to help me get online even faster. Now, I've played a few, so I did construct this deck myself because nobody else is really crazy enough to try to play Iron Man this round. One thing that's really dangerous about this week with Iron Man is, you really do have to stay down for the first round, and that gives Nebula some time to do some crazy surgy things. Oh, also she's on expert, so we start here with some of this nastiness here. But one of the things is this Art of Evasion has a really low threshold of 6, and it starts at 2. And so, and also I believe you can only use hyper thrusters in hero mode, so you can't even, like if I got it down, I couldn't even use it to get this under control. But essentially, she's scheming for 3. So round 1, if she draws 1, 2, or 3 boost icons, which is extremely likely, she automatically flips to the second scheme, which is bad for your score and also just bad for the game because her second scheme is kind of brutal. So what that means is you kind of have to change the way that you approach the round if you're going to go with Iron Man, which I'm crazy enough to do. And so that means that instead of, well, in addition to hyper mulliganing for all of his tech upgrades, I really, really, really need to in the first, half of the deck in the first round see under surveillance or an ally who can thwart for 2 that I can also get out. So that just means that there's so much competing for my resources in the first couple of turns that it makes it even harder to get off the ground as Iron Man. But I'm here to prove it can be done. I did win all except one of my practice games, and that one I just made a lot of mistakes. They weren't pretty wins, they took a while, but I just want to show it can be done and maybe show off, Iron Man, because Iron Man's honestly fun. And I play him so much for SCL and just in general that I'm not sure I'm going to whip him out of the box anytime soon, So here I am. So after that long rambling intro, let's see if we can take down Expert Nebula with Iron Man Justice. So the first thing we do, so let's flip this over. I think, doesn't she start? Yeah, set up, put Nebula's ship, and then discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck and attach each technique attachment discarded this way to Nebula. This is one of the silliest things about her because you can either get you put on the back foot at the beginning, or you can be in a good spot, or not a good spot. You could just do literally nothing. So I'm not really a fan of this discard top X number of cards things. Like when Drang flips to his 3rd phase, it doesn't honestly seem all that scary most of the time, and then when it does feel scary, it feels a little unfair. So it's just a little, I don't really like that mechanic, but we're not here to complain about mechanics, but that'll happen because this is Nebula. So the top 2 cards are, of course, there's 1, and just barrel roll. So this one, she gains Retaliate 1. Okay, it's not too bad. Take 1 damage. This is really her least nasty, honestly, technique. The thwart one or the threat one here would have been extra dangerous. But okay, so we got that. Not a big deal. And now let's get going. Let's shuffle them up. Let's draw 6 and mulligan hard for under surveillance. There's both of them and a double energy to go with it. Dang. You see, I brought 2 under surveillances because it is just so important this scenario to get that out. And honestly, it's an energy resource, right? And Tony Stark's all about getting them energy resources out. So we'll mulligan one of them. A little too early for the other endurance, but honestly, these look great. And so let's draw 2. Wow, that's a lot of things that I want to use. Okay. So since I know there's a second, oh, I can do his ability. So look at the top 3 cards of my deck and add one to my hand and discard the others. So Wraith is amazing here. Living Tribunal, I mean, so this is an interesting choice. So I included Living Tribunal against, most people kind of agree it's not really worth it because there's no guarantee you'll be able to see it. But as I'm sure you'll see at some point during these 3 games, Nebula likes to surge. So wouldn't it be great if she could just surge into, you know, something that helps us? And so that was my idea. Maybe we'll see it, maybe we won't. Um, in this case, I mean, I don't really want any, all of these are just going to be used as a resource at this point, so let's just get rid of those and put that in my hand. So this is going to allow me to do some pepper pots things, which is great. So first I'm going to use this and these 2 to get pepper down. Pepper's amazing. We will do that to activate to get the 2 energy from Genius and increase this threat by 4, which, as I explained, we desperately need if we want to survive. So now what else can I do here? Obviously Mark V reactor, the arc reactor is one of his best upgrades. I do have an extra powered gauntlet in the bag. So I will probably, I mean, alternately, it may sound crazy, and it probably is, but I could just sit with all 3 of these because that way I can pepper pots on the Genius and get one of these out guaranteed, in addition to whatever all else I draw. It's not a terrible idea the more I think about it. I should be able to get down 3 pieces of armor next turn at least, which actually only brings me, that's the problem though, it only brings me up to a hand size of 4 by the time I flip, which is really dangerous against Nebula because of the evasion counter mechanic where you basically you don't get to play half the game because you have to discard your hand like half the time to deal with it. So that's all to say. I'd love to do this fancy things, and it might actually be super efficient, and I should show you how awesome of an Iron Man player I am by doing that. But I think the situation doesn't allow it. Let's just get a Mark V down and draw for more. Oh, actually, I mean, why do that when I have the Milano, which is not even a hero resource? So I will Milano to get down Mark V helmet and keep these 2. So I get to do all of the above. Look at that. Oh shoot. Go back. It's been a little while, guys. I will reshuffle that because I have seen the order of things. So maybe it helped me, maybe it didn't, but I did manage, with that mistake, I managed to see a little too much. So I'm going to reshuffle and draw back up to 6. And now we hold our breath. Wow, that's actually phenomenal. Well, kind of. Wait, hey, where'd my power gauntlets go? Go back in there, Mr. Nick Fury. I didn't mean to get rid of my powered gauntlets. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I reshuffled and put Nick back. Still pretty good. I should be able to get out these 2 and probably this and get up to hand size 5. So ready up, tick up by 1. This gets 1 evasion counter, 1 threat because of evasion counter. So actually, I lied before. You don't even need her. Like she literally is guaranteed with the Power Stone to flip this if you don't get under surveillance or an ally out. So that's how crazy Iron Man isn't for this round. So anyways, she's going to activate against me for 1, 2, 3 plus boost. So 1, 2, 3 and resolve. So 1, 2, 3. Thankfully, I have under surveillance here. So this is going to activate, and I have to get rid of it. So 1 damage to me, gets rid of it. Now she has Cutthroat Ambition, can't take 5 more damage. Place a threat on the main scheme, that's annoying, but I should have the tools to deal with it this upcoming turn. Since it came out, attach it to Nebula and resolve its special ability. Alright, so I did that, added a threat, and now we get an encounter card. Rogue Vessel. So here's a Surge. When the villain phase ends, deal 1 damage to everybody. And then we get Cannonade. So hinder 3, so it starts off with 4. And we're already not looking so hot. But, you know, that's the game you play. So let us do things. So Pepper, you're going to do that to get out Arc Reactor. Then we'll get out... do I want a sonic rifle? I mean, protection against her scheming is kind of important. Because if I get out... So I kind of lied. I'm only going to be able to get up to hand size 4 here, which is unfortunate. Because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resources, and I want to pay for 5. Yeah, and I can't do that since one of these would be one of the resources. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to pay for 5 here. So I just barely don't have enough. But I could, I could get out. I could get out and do Supersonic Punch and take the stone from her, I think I could also do. So if I go here and get Powered Gauntlets down, I can toss these to get Supersonic and get the Power Stone and deal with threat. That sounds like a pretty good plan. I mean, 4 hand size is crippling against Nebula, but it is what it is. Oh, you know what I can do? Here I am, the pro Iron Man player, and I'm not even using his ability. So 1, 2, 3. Deft Focus is an odd choice for him, but it's one that I kind of like as a niche pick. 1, it's an energy resource for his Repulsor Blast, but then it also makes Repulsor Blast free. And that's literally it. He doesn't have any other superpowers, but I just like it. So which of these am I going to keep? Well, that's obvious. So scratch what I was saying about Supersonic Punch. Probably, yeah, definitely, because I want to get Rocket Boots out. So these two go down here. We will pay this to get down those gauntlets. Sorry, my order's all screwy here. And then we will, I mean, we could pay all 3 of these to get down Sonic Rifle, which is just better than Rocket Boots. That's also an option, and then I'm still up to 5 hand size, right? I think that's technically the better option. That definitely is a more safe play to protect against advance. So we're going to do that. We do have a second Rocket Boots in here, so again, not a big deal. So 1, 2, 3. And now we are finally going to flip on over. And what are we going to do here? So we do have Millano, La Millano. So we can get rid of this, no big deal. Our problem is we're going to, oh, I should take a damage from that. I guarantee I'm going to forget that at some point, but I promise I'll do my best to catch back up with it. So between the Milano and the Mark V helmet, I can get rid of this thing, which just seems like a pretty good play. Now, I am thwarting for only 2 every time right now, which I will do. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can ping her for a damage, because why not? She does still have the Power Stone. I don't have any allies out, so this next attack is going to be a little brutal, but that's how it goes. So exhaust her, remove charge counter, confuse an enemy. We'll definitely be doing that. Confused. And that's about all I can do. And we could draw up to 5. There's Mark V armor, which I can pay for, and then do the dumpy thing. That's actually not a horrible turn. Get Mark V out, get health if I survive, and then dump 2 cards for this Nebula ship. So tick up, 1, 2. So it's at 5 out of 10 now. Nebula will activate. Now she's doing 1, 2, 3. So there's no way that she can kill me. She can just like almost kill me. So there's no need to defend. But I'm gonna regret it. 1, 2, 3 plus boost. 4, 5. And I'm already hurting. And like I was saying, can't really afford to get an ally out here, can I? I mean, I could go Nick Fury, but then I'm skipping Mark V armor, which is just going to be a bad idea in the long run. Anyways, this activates, that goes away. And now we get to see what my encounter card is. Tail Sweep. Scorpion attacks, but if no attack was made that way, I'm stunned. Whew, not so bad. One advantage that Iron Man has this against some of the other heroes. I mean, Scarlet Witch, a lot of her stuff that she does isn't really attacks anyways. It's coming from Hex Bolt, which technically isn't an attack. Really easy to clear stunned with Powered Gauntlets. Like, we're especially at this point, we're not at the point in the game where we care about Powered Gauntlets very much anyways, like, the damage from it, so. All right, so then this is going to advance, this is going to happen, we take a damage, and we are in dire straits here. So what am I going to do? So I can use her for 1 resource, 2, 3, 4, to get him to draw 3 cards, right? And then I can play Mark 5 with that. And that way I get Nick Fury and Mark 5 down. So that is the correct play. So we will Pepper Potts this. We have a couple foileds in here. That would have been nice during, the first turn if we managed to draw that just on accident, right? So anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4. We get Mr. Fury down. We draw 3 cards. Yeah. I mean, no, I definitely still just have to get up the armor. Kyle, don't do anything stupid here. Don't get cocky. Oh, but even then I can't deal with this stupid thing, right? I can't do the stupid Nebula ship stupid thing. But I also can't sit at 1 health because of Rogue Vessel. So, I mean, that answers my question for me. Like, I don't even have a choice here. Especially if she draws, like, if she boosts into that 1 damage thing, I die instantly, right? So I literally can't sit here at 1 health. That's just dumb, and you should never do that. So the real question is, do I get out? Well, I don't even have a question, right? This is what we were planning on doing. So unfortunately, this has to happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ms. Potts, you can sit over there. We are going to use this to get rid of stunned. We will thwart for 4. So I more or less, because Iron Man is just so good at thwarting scheme, like especially if you get up this arc reactor, I can kind of play around with these, but not for long. I mean, these catch up to you. Like, that's what they're designed to do. It's not meant to be a pleasant experience for the player. Sorry, that sounded salty. So, well, nothing else to do with the Mark V helmet except remove 1 threat there, which means that I would be more or less, wasting efficiency if I thwarted with Fury. So I'll just hit her for 2. And she does get to keep the Power Stone, which doesn't matter as much here. Oh, you know what I could have done? No, I can't, because I was about to say I haven't used the Milano's resource generation power or this, but now I don't have anything in my hand, and so I can't even use it as a resource or to get rid of this. So it's just one of those like weird inefficiency things going on. So I could use a charge here to do 3 more damage. I could use a charge here to do 3 more damage and take the Power Stone. Please and thank you. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know if it's a great idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5, 6. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do 3 damage to her because she was already confused, and I'm gonna take that puppy away. And actually, I'm gonna say that I did that before, because this is all deterministic, right? I haven't like after I drew Fury, right, and after I used Fury, I still hadn't decided what I was gonna do with Iron Man yet. So technically, I could have taken the Power Stone with that and then thwarted for the 1 extra that it took to get that down to 0. So, boo and hiss at me if you want. So we're gonna ready up. It could have been worse. That's not horrible. We'll see what goes on here now. This is looking a lot better now, but this is of course concerning. So this goes 1, 1, 2, 3. Thankfully, this is just keeping us a little chill here. Nick Fury is going to do what Nick Fury does, and that's appear to die, but not actually. So 1, 2 plus boost. Nice, get an advance out of there. Sweet. And let's see what we get. Barrel roll, insight and surge, and put an evasion counter. Cool. So insight is 1, put an evasion counter, and surge. Into lethal intent. Discard top cards until a technique is discarded and reveal it. All right. 1, 2. And what are we going to see? 6. Wide stance, which is by far the nastiest one. Now, what's really bad about wide stance is you don't get a choice. Like, there's no way, like, you have to let it activate at least once. So it guarantees she's going to make you discard a card at least once. I would love a counterplay option to, whoopsies. Oh, I forgot to take the damage from that, or I will. I would love a way to get rid of this. Like, can I do 6 damage to her or something and get rid of it or something and make her lose her wide stance? Anyways, I'm done. Yeah, that's whining. So, until a technique is discarded and reveal that card. Since this revelation wasn't an encounter card, does it count for the surge thing? 'Cause that's when each one reveals that gains surge. I'm gonna be right back and check super quick. All right, as expected, unfortunately, this does surge because of this, kind of as I just explained. So this is a ridiculous card because you get to see this with a hazard icon, you get to see a technique of their choice, and you get another encounter card. So your danger isn't even over yet. So what do we got? We get Assault. Of course we do. I mean, she's gonna do probably 3 damage to me and take that Power Stone, which I really don't want her to do. This turn wouldn't be so bad actually, because I can thwart the 2 off this and 2 more off this. Not actually that horrible. But do I really want to get into the danger zone again? And then I'm going to have to flip and then heal, and that's just going to be gross. But I don't really see what other options I have. I mean, defending for 1, that's Iron Man's problem, right? He just never defends. He just has a crap ton of HP from his upgrades. Gross. Okay. Well, so be it. 1, 2. So just 1, 2 plus boost. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to come in hot and do nasty things to me. And here you go, take your Power Stone back, lady. All right. Well, at least we have cool, fun things we can do here, right? Right? Did I remember to get rid of this? I was at 7 health and she did 4. Okay, I'm gonna rewind. I think I forgot to take off the Rogue Vessel damage. Sorry, guys and gals. Okay, I was at 7 when I revealed the boost, so that's correct. 1, 2. Wait. What the heck? How is that different than... Oh, here it is. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. She takes this back, and I take a damage from Rogue Vessel and almost die. Okay, well, we might be flipping down this turn, despite having an ally or 2 out. So, that's going to be fun. So we're going to play Ironheart, draw a card. We can use Pepper to get something down. I mean, Stark Tower is honestly pretty good here because I'm going to have to flip. So let's get Stark Tower down. Let's get Hyper Thrusters down. And now, here I am at full Iron Man mode, but I need to heal. And then he doesn't heal for much, does he? Yeah, he only heals for 3. But it is what it is. No sense crying over spilled milkies. Let's get a Spycraft out. That would have been useful last turn with Lethal Intent, right? Because it's an encounter card, yep. All right, so how are we going to do this? The order in which we're going to do this. So order really matters with Iron Man. Power Gauntlets is useless right now because of this, because it just straight up reduces everything by 1 damage. So that's cool. So we will Hyper Thrusters, which is remove 1 threat from each scheme. Yep, and then 1 additional from the main scheme. So doing, doing, doing. We can mark 5 to finish off Lethal Intent. We can thwart for 2 to clear that. Now, is it only a hero action that allows you to get rid of this? First player. Okay, so that I can do that once I flip over, which is not horrible. Um, this, I can't let this stay there. That's just silly. So we'll ready up. We'll use that on a heal, and then we'll heal again next turn and ready up, and that's going to be as good as we can do. So, I mean, Ironheart, she's probably well, she is going to be more useful to remove a threat next turn, so I just won't even use her this turn. So we are going to flip, heal for 3. We're going to use his ability. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to spend you as a resource, but I would like you back. Well, alright, well, gosh, whatever. It doesn't matter. I have to use this as a resource this turn. So essentially, I choose to discard those two. I'm going to use Stark Tower, get that in my hand, and use the Milano and discard these 2 resources to remove 2 evasion counters. And that's the best I could do. Still not horrible. This is why I love, Iron Man. He's pretty bomb. He can once he really gets a little bit of a foothold, he can deal with a lot of crap. So that's an encounter card for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're good. Thankfully, she's still confused. All right, we're doing this. I'd love to get rid of that at some point because that's been a concern. So up to 3, up to 3. She can't scheme because she's confused. She did activate, so I do discard 1 card at random from my hand. Thankfully, I get rid of that BS. So let's do this highly inefficient group shuffle discard. All right, not heartbroken about it. Just bring those over here, spread them. There's definitely a more efficient way to do that, but that's okay. Oh, foiled would have been nice that turn. That's okay. Maybe, who knows? Maybe she'll get an advance here. I shouldn't have said that. First encounter card, Power Siphon. Exhaust the Milano, spend energy resources, or discard a card at random. I mean, not actually in love with playing most of these cards this coming turn. Heroic Intuition would be really nice. Just to get an additional, to really Iron Man it up. So a 1 in 5 chance that I lose a very nice card in this. I gotta also pick up the pace here to kill her. I mean, people were killing her in 5 turns with Scarlet Witch. I knew that wasn't gonna happen here, let's be real, but I mean, 1 in 5 shot. I honestly, I think I need you need the Milano to get rid of the thing. So this isn't even really a choice. I guess I could pay 2 resources. I could pay Supersonic Punch and foiled, and then I can pay for Heroic Intuition. I would love to play Supersonic Punch though. That actually sounds like a good plan. So I'm gonna risk it. I'm going to all that to say I'm just gonna discard a card at random again. So Groot, shuffle, and foiled. Okay, cool. Well, hopefully this isn't the thing that I spoke into existence before. So that's gone. It's not. It's special delivery. You may exhaust. If I do not, the villain schemes. Well, it happened anyways. Get rid of that. All right, I tried. So let's Stark Tower. I forgot about that. Actually, let's not Stark Tower because I'd actually prefer a Rocket Boots. So I'm going to use my ability first. Hey, there we go. I mean, actually, I can still get it. Like, what was I wondering? I can just grab that, get rid of those guys. Oh, but you know what? Guess what isn't in here? Oh, I can get that tech upgrade. So we'll Stark Tower. Come on, Stark Tower to get Plasma Pistol in my hand. We'll heal for 3. Flip, ready up. Hyper Thrusters removes 2. That's not horrible, honestly. I might actually be able to do everything except get rid of evasion counters this turn. I can even get Rocket Boots up and pay for them if I'm feeling ambitious. Like, use them so that I can do 7 damage with the Supersonic Punch, but then that means I don't get Wiccan out. That's only a problem because one of my other allies is in here whom I very much enjoy. Oh, you know what I could have done? That last, okay, well, I'm not going to now, obviously, but I could have gotten rid of the one that made me exhaust the Milano. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have, just because this is, I mean, while it's concerning because it's the evasion counters and stuff, I am Justice Iron Man, right? Like, I can deal with a lot of crap. So really the debate here is um, whether I go Wiccan or whether I go uh, get boots out, supersonic punch. The extra thwart from this doesn't really matter. Extra 2 damage. Like I think we actually are honestly we're at the point that we need to start doing damage to her. I just worry about, her surgy nonsense, right? Um, how many tech upgrades do I have if I get rid of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I would have 6, so I'd be back up to max. Okay, that's enough chattering. I will use my last charge on my sonic rifle to confuse her, to protect against scheme. We are going to use plasma pistol to get rocket boots down, which gives us a health, which I always forget. But I can't afford to forget it this time. We haven't used pepper yet. Do I not quite have the resources? So if I do 1, 2 to get heroic intuition down, I can use pepper and do supersonic punch. So all that about doing 7 damage was a pipe dream. But it was my pipe dream, okay? It's still not a horrible play. So I'm going to do that to get heroic intuition down, an investment in the future. Pepper. Oh, okay. Never mind, I miscounted. My bad, my bad. So I've got these 4 left after I do that. And so then the correct play is to put down target acquired in Wiccan. Use pepper pots in this to pay for supersonic punch. To do 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the power stone. Attack for 2. And then because I have activated my rocket, or I haven't activated my rocket boots, this is only 1 damage. And then this is 1 damage. And we still have a rogue vessel on the loose, and actually, Ironheart is 100% taking a hit from me this turn. So Ironheart, you're gonna just damage her for 1. And that's that. And actually we draw 7 cards. Look at that. Now we're feeling like Iron Man. It only took us 6 turns. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to attack for 2 plus boost. Ironheart will defend. So she gains Stalwart, and I am stunned. Okay. And since this wasn't revealed, it was just brought out as a boost, it's fine. So 1, 2, it's enough to kill Ironheart. Sorry, baby. Alright, it's not a baby, she's just a fan. And here we go. Unyielding Presence. Revealed. Okay, so give her a status card if she already has one. Still not actually all that annoying. Of course, it gains Surge, and we get Cutthroat Ambition. 1 threat on the main scheme. Man. This is honestly not that big of a deal, but the problem is these two are kind of feeding off each other, right? Because I only have 1 set of powered gauntlets out, and so it's not like I can ping both of these every turn and then proceed to damage her. But steady pressure on the main scheme is annoying. I'm definitely not going to spycraft that, but I really kind of wish I had. I wish I'd spycrafted this one so I didn't end up with 2, but it is what it is. So, okay. It could have been worse. I mean, we're sitting here with a full board. Can't complain too much. That won't stop me from trying, but can't complain too much. I'm actually gonna Living Tribunal here because I kind of want to. So this goes in here. Oh no, are you kidding me? Come on, PwnStarHero. I can't shuffle it into the encounter deck without looking. Okay, so count with me here. I'm just going to make business problems, Living Tribunal. But that doesn't work. Okay, nope, that's not what I'm gonna do. That would be silly. Can I put these in here? I can't. Be right back while I troubleshoot. Okay, yeah, we'll just do it with like Headhunter's Henchman. Okay. So if there's a Headhunter card that comes up, it's Living Tribunal instead. So I'm actually just gonna remove this from the game. That's what it is. So it's shuffle into the deck. Now I can use Pepper to generate some resources. Quinn Carrier is probably pretty useful to get up here. So we'll do that and, well, no, I don't have infinite resources here, right? I need to deal with this. Like, yes, I'm Iron Man. I could thwart for a ton, especially with the Power Stone, but like, I can't let this completely run out of control. That's just dumb. So if I go Queen Carrier, that's a little greedy because then I won't have anybody to take the hit from her. Does this War Machine? This is not the one that enters with toughness. This is the one that isn't very useful. I'm still sticking with that play. I like Living Tribunal getting in there. Let's just do it. Let's end some of her surge nonsense. Maybe. I mean, getting Coulson down is not actually all that great. I'd actually, funnily enough, rather have War Machine. Said nobody ever, but because honestly, I don't need his thwart at this point. So if I pepper to get 2 resources, I get down, or like I use Enhanced Awareness and Coulson to pay and get War Machine out, then that leaves. Okay, nope, I can't do that. I have to get Coulson out instead because I want to play Rocket Boots and get rid of 2, just to get the extra health and get this out of my deck. So, okay, Pepper for 1, 2, and War Machine for 3 to get Agent Coulson down. Agent Coulson is going to go find me a preparation card. So Spycraft, second Spycraft, limit 1 per player, right? Oh, there isn't a limit of 1 per player. Well, that's cool. Shuffle that up. So he comes into play. Sorry, bud, you're going to have to die this turn because I don't feel like taking a hit. I mean, maybe you don't have to die. Maybe I can take 1 hit, but then I'll lose the Power Stone. Yeah, we'll decide your fate later, bud. Regardless of what else happens here, I have to do this. Exhaust the Miyano and get rid of these 2 to get down, or to remove 2. The Rogue Vessel, I swear, oh, there we go, there's the damage. I told you I'd forget. There it is. That Rogue Vessel is annoying. I gotta get rid of it eventually, especially for my hero score's sake. Now the question is, do I go Rocket Boots or do I go second under or Spycraft? Second Spycraft seems a little excessive, so let's not. Let's just get an extra health and call it good. And now we get to do Iron Man things, which is great because I like Iron Man things. So Hyper Thrusters, 1, 2. Powered Gauntlets to get rid of stun. We can Mark 5 to get rid of 1 more. We can honestly just kill her with 2 attacks and flipper, which is what we're going to do. So 4 total damage comes across, which I believe I'm allowed to do. Yeah, I'm not doing more than 5 damage from a single attack. I did that with the 2. So when revealed, there's no when revealed, but now when she initiates, I I now have to pay to remove one of these. I have to get rid of a card from my deck to discard one of these attachments. Oh boy, man, you are so ridiculous, Nebula. Okay, all right, we see you there, tough girl. Coulson, 1 damage or 2 threat. I mean, 1 damage because reasons. And now I've totally forgot that it's removed from the game. Most people try not to think about Nebula very much. So I totally forgot it was removed from the game. Otherwise, I almost certainly would have Spycrafted this or not flipped her this turn, but that's on me. So I guess it's deterministic, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. So flip, drop to 7, because Iron Man, cool beans. Turn 7, 3 threat. She's going to activate and do all sorts of nastiness. Oh yeah, sorry, Kelson, you took a hit. So 1, 2, 3 plus boost. I am glad you existed, Coulson. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we'll get to her techniques in a moment here. So we've got evasive maneuvering, so I stun again. We've got tough on her. We've got threat on the main scheme. And now I get to make the great decision of, do I gamble on what's there? I'm going to glance at what's in here. We do have 1 supersonic punch in here, 1 repulsor blast. I've got a repulsor blast in my hand. That means there's a fair chance that there's a supersonic punch that I'm going to remove from the game here, and that would kind of just objectively suck. Or my second power gauntlet. So as weird as it seems, I'm not actually going to pay the price here. I can't afford to lose the powered gauntlet with the ones she has on the board now, right? I mean, I guess that would help mitigate some of the problem, but it is what it is. So now we get to the encounter card phase. Wide stance. You do not get that card. Spycraft. We get Hull Breach. Exhaust the Milano, spend science resources, or deal 3 damage to me. Certainly not going to deal 3 damage to me. Can I afford the science resources? No, because I'm going to play Fury this turn, and that would be pretty baller. So I'm just going to, I guess I'll do this. And that's that. It could have been worse. All right. First things first, let's just get rid of this because it's annoying. Do this. 1, 2. I mean, Mark 5 is only ever going to remove 1 from this anyways, so let's do that while we're thinking about it. Well, I was thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, we still got a pretty great turn here, honestly. Can pay for Nick Fury with these 4 to draw 3 cards, and now we still get to double. We're going to just do that right away. Just get the second power gauntlets in there. Do I have a science resource in here? I don't, because I actually already paid using it. Oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. I mean, no, like I'm not going to use deterministic on that. I totally, if I'd been thinking, I would have done that, and then I would have been able to do just like marginally more damage this turn. 1 more damage, big whoop. Okay, we got under surveillance, and we can now use to pay for things. Let's give you your health before I forget. I mean, it's honestly, then I started blast. It's then I started blast in time, which is for some reason a meme again. I know it was for a long time ago. So we'll use power gauntlets, get rid of tough, and honestly, 2 threat. Fury can take care of that, and then I can actually do 4 damage with Iron Man. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Now the real question: any seasoned Iron Man player will tell you to fire 2 repulsor blasts. The problem is 2, 3, 4 damage plus, so 8. And now we're going to, against my better judgment, repulsor blast again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 5, and then this one doesn't matter. Ooh, that was my supersonic punch. Yikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And still, it's not looking horrible, actually. It's not so bad. I say that now. Ready him up. Drop to 7. Take this up. 4 on that. All right, so she's gonna attack. Fury will Fury. 1, 2, 3 plus boost. Fury dies. Oh, I definitely forgot to take the damage from Rogue Vessel before. There you go, I am forgetting it. Man, I've lost so much value to that thing. Let's see what she's got in store for us here. Oh, I got ahead of myself there. Tough on her. Stun on me. Threat on Scheme. Now we get combat ready. All right, she's just going to be all teched up for this. So it's just reveal until you get it. Okay. Oh, got rid of Scorpion. Oh, got rid of my Living Tribunal. All right, and then take a damage from the special. And since that's the first one revealed this turn, again Surge, and we go to Ruthless. Attacks me and places stuff on the ship. So she's going to attack me for 1, 2, 3. And actually get all of this stuff all over again, which isn't honestly that bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to take her stone back. Counter on the ship. All this happens, but I think really it's just going to be one more threat on the Scheme and 1 damage to me. Please don't do any damage to me with this. That would not be very nice, because then I would die, and that would be sad. Okay, I'm already stunned. Cool. That's actually not horrible. Okay. All right. All right, Nebula, we see you. We see you. Okay. So, under surveillance and plasma pistol for Ironheart. Oops. Don't want to draw that again. I want to draw a card here. Spycraft would have been useful last turn. I mean, I think I can kill her here. It's just a matter of how pleasant it'll be for me when I do it. Like, I mean, here I'm sitting here with 4 health total. I mean, I could honestly flip and heal at the end. That's a lie, because I need the Repulsor Blast damage to kill her. Okay, I can at least get Endurance out probably and shore it up there. I'm certainly not letting this go on any longer with all of this ridiculousness. I might even leave a couple threat on the score, but hey man, I'm playing Iron Man, and that was mean. So let's do the things that we're gonna do no matter what. We'll Hyper Thrusters to remove 2 from the main scheme, 1 from Mark 5. 1, 2, 3. Probably gonna end up thwarting for 3 to finish that off. Oh, not even 3, because the freaking Power Stone, of course. Okay. Did I get myself an extra health from Rocket Boots the second time? I don't think I did. I think that needs to cancel the Rogue Vessel damage this turn. If it's 1 health, it's 1 health. I mean, sue me. Please don't. I can't afford it. Okay. Could potentially use... I mean, we can break tough with Ironheart. Okay. The order of this really matters, because I can either break tough with Ironheart and... Oh, you know what? I could just kill her. Okay, I can heal and kill her. I don't actually need to use Repulsor Blast to kill her here. So I can use Pepper Pots to get Endurance down for an additional 3 health. Then I can thwart for 2 and ready up. Now I should be able to... The question is paying for this worth it? I don't think it matters, so I am going to. So I'm going to activate my boots. I'm going to activate my boots. So now these are doing 2 damage each. Let's get Wiccan down. We're going to thwart with Wiccan for 1, plus his ability. Does 2 damage, which removes tough. Now I'm going to take a metric ton of Retaliate. I'm going to take 2 Retaliate here just for the ability to heal 3 damage. But that's still a net gain, ain't it? So I'm going to do these for 4 damage. She has Retaliate, so since that's 2 attacks, I take that. Oh, he took a damage there from... Well, no, he didn't, because he thwarted. And now I'm going to flip and heal. 1, 2, 3. For old time's sake, 1, 2, 3. You know what? Let's grab this card, and then let's use. I guess that discards the. So if I start tower to get this, yay! Look, I have something in my hand. And now I'm going to use Ironheart to kill her. So 8-turn victory, clean threat, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 health, and I started with 9. So actually a positive hero score at the end of things, which I'm actually kind of proud of. That was a pretty good game. So let's just hope that the remaining 2